Yes, hello, fourth year students. This video shows the second coming by Yeats. First of all, we can say something about this poem. Wellman, the writer of your textbook, shows that Yeats has a vision, a moment of insight into the future. As I told you before, Yeats was a visionary at heart. It arises from a mood of doubt and despair inspired by the anarchy of the world, the increase of bloodshed, and the growth of disbelief. He sees the present era as dying. The first 2,000 years of Christianity have brought discord and strife because man has forgotten Christ. The new era that is about to be born is symbolized by the rough beast, which is the antithesis of the gentle Bethlehem. It is not sought for or created. It comes uninvited, unwanted almost upon the consciousness. This helps to give the poem the force of objectivity. It is Yeats' theory that a period of anarchy and violence follows a period of innocence and beauty. So, the second coming. Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming. Hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight somewhere in silence of the desert, a shape with lion body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun is moving its slow thighs, while all about it real shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stone sleep were fixed to nightmare by a rocking cradle, and what rough beast it is our come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born. So, Yeats, a great poet in modern age, explains that 20th century is full of troubles, misfortunes, wars, conflicts, slaughters. The world turns and turns in its circle. The poet Yeats views that the gyres can be two types: the primary gyre and antithetical gyre. According to Yeats, when the primary gyre reaches its limit or maximum, it begins to diminish. Diminish means to be so weaken, and its thread is taken by antithetical gyre and unwound. The falcon is the society or civilization that cannot hear the falconer, which refers to Christianity and Jesus Christ. The society became so far from the Christian principles. People lost their religion. The world became distracted and deteriorated. Disorder and devastation are the rulers of the world. That is why Yeats views that the anarchy is loosed upon the world. Anarchy and blood are loosed upon the earth, and the innocence is killed and vanished. In modern age, the best people lack strong faith, while the worst people will be full of desires and passion. All these destructive things will be stopped. When? When the second coming will appear upon the earth to liberate this earth from deception and persecution. But the poet envisions that this age needs someone, something so strong, a tremendous, unflinching, pitiless, and merciless. That's why he mentions a huge, tremendous image of Spiritus Mundi. It is a shape with lion body and the head of a man. You can find that image in Sands of the Desert, which troubles the sight. The movement of that huge, massive image is so slow in the desert. Its thighs are so slow, and its look is blank and pitiless like the sun. The shape is like a sphinx and symbolizing both evil and wisdom. The indignant desert birds dance and reel terrifyingly with their shadows in the desert. The darkness, we can find this word in this poem, in this text, which refers to ignorance and frustration. The darkness drops again in this world. But the poet Yeats knows that the 20 centuries of stone sleep of Christian civilization, during which this shape with lion body and the head of a man maintain a rigid sleep. Bethlehem is the birthplace of Jesus Christ. Suddenly, the rough beast is a symbol of destruction, slouches. It is the rough beast, slouches, is a symbol of destruction, devastation, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born. So the poet Yeats uses the great beast as a symbol of havoc and devastation. Modern age will be full of violence, brutality, ferocity, tragedy. The First World War was described by Yeats in his poetry as a terrible death that came to the world. He wants to show that modern age is an age of suffering and pain. That is why he used the great beast in his poem Second Coming as a symbol of the destruction. Yeats presents this poem as a philosophical and political one, full of the actions that destroy and destruct the modern times and to kill, slaughter thousands of the innocent people. The hope that the poet wishes to wait, it is reflected in the shape of a tremendous monster. Even the birds will dance and hover in circling, moving. Thank you so much, my students, for your listening to this lecture. Thanks so much and goodbye.